Hi guys! So I am totally in my PJs right now, which I am probably going to have to change out of here soon because I think today, this evening, we are going to be going and picking up our new vehicle. I'm so excited! We have got a Mazda 3, and those of you that have seen Mazdas know they're more like sporty type vehicles. And my oldest son, Timothy, is 8. He is still in a booster seat. Caleb is only 2, going on 3. He is still in a standard size car seat. Um, and then, of course, we've got Liliana, who is going to be in her newborn car seat. So, fitting 3 car seats into a back seat of a Mazda is really, really crowded. So we're going and getting us a third row SUV, and the one that we're getting is I believe the year of it was a 2013 GMC Acadia. And they're really, really nice. And the color of the one that we're going to be getting is black, and the interior is black, which is so awesome because the interior in my Mazda is like a tannish color. It's almost like this, but probably more so oh, this color. This is Liliana's base, so it's more so this color. And you can see any little stain that gets on the seat, and it's a mess. Like, it sucks because I have to have it detailed like once or twice a year, and that can get expensive. So having black seats is a lot better when you have kids. So we are going to be going and picking up our vehicle this afternoon. That being said, this is going to be a recap of pregnancy week 37. I am now considered full term, which is awesome. So Liliana can come anytime she very well pleases. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of being pregnant, but I want her to be as healthy as possible when she does come. So she needs to stay in there a little longer. I'm not gonna complain. My symptoms for this week have been pretty wild. Um, let's see. On Wednesday, I was having some really strong Braxton contractions, and they were unbearable. Like, let me tell you, my other 2 boys, when I was pregnant with them, I was having the Braxton contractions, but it was just mostly like, oh, I'm getting a Braxton contraction. It wasn't like, ooh, like having to breathe through it type contraction. And that's what this was like on Wednesday night. I started getting them at 8:55, actually a little bit before 8:55, but I didn't start timing them until 8:55 because I started noticing I was getting them coming kind of like back to back, and I was like, whoa, I better start timing these because this could be the real deal. So I was using my phone, timing them and timing, how long they were lasting, and they were coming every 3 to 4 minutes, lasting for exactly 1 minute. And I decided that, well, if these are Braxton contractions, if I can change my position or move around and they go away, or, they kind of fade away, then I know it's not the real thing. So I decided to run some hot water in my bathtub and just kind of relax, relax my muscles and everything, and, kind of get to that point of not trying to expect a contraction, because I felt like if I'm expecting it, I'm gonna have one. So I was trying to relax my mind and my muscles and everything to see if that helped, and it actually did. But I was still getting them even whenever I was getting in the tub, and I was in the tub for a good 20-25 minutes. And I was really honestly getting in the tub too so that I could like clean myself up, and because I really honestly felt like that was the direction we were headed in, was going to the hospital on Wednesday night. But after about an hour, I noticed the contractions of me timing them. They were coming, of course, every 3 to 4 minutes in the beginning, and then they started coming every 5 to 7, and then every 8 to 9, and then 10, and then they just tapered off and didn't come back at all. So I ended up just going to bed and trying to get some rest, and I didn't feel anything else through the night. I think I had like maybe 2, but they weren't consistent like they were that first hour. So I told myself they must have been just super duper strong Braxton contractions, the strongest I've ever had in any of my pregnancies. Just when you think you're having something the worst, it only gets worser. So I thought that was pretty crazy. But then on Thursday morning and all day, I had noticed I had major swelling in the face, my hands, my feet. I actually didn't notice it in my feet until after we had got home from running our errands. And I took my shoes and my socks off, but I could tell that the swelling was in my feet because in my hands I could just tell that whenever I try to clench a fist, like I could just feel like the blood flow, like my circulation being kind of trapped. And then whenever I would release, I would feel like, the circulation was coming back. And whenever I would go to stand up and I would start walking, if I was letting my hands dangle down beside me, I could feel like a rush of blood running to my hands. So I knew I had some swelling going on. It was very obvious. Like you could see it from like my ring, which I don't have the swelling today, which is really good. But you can see like on the back of my finger here, I don't know, like I have a little line here. It's kind of hard to see. Fingers were so swollen yesterday that my finger was like literally trapping my ring from moving anywhere off of my finger. It was so wild, but now I've got moving room. Like I can slide my rings up and down, and the swelling isn't there. Like I couldn't even see the bones in the tops of my hands yesterday. Couldn't see the bones in the top of my feet. I had cankles. It was so wild because normally I don't get swelling in pregnancy until after I've given birth. But after I got home and I propped my feet up, the swelling had went down. And I woke up this morning and like I said, I don't have the swelling, but I had it in my face yesterday. Like I noticed it was in my face because I could tell, like I could feel it and I could just see it. Last night, I'm still getting the Braxton contractions and they're really, really strong still, where it's like you kind of got to breathe through them, but they haven't been painful until last night. For the first time ever, I've actually noticed a painful contraction because like I've told you guys in my videos before and in my last pregnancy with Caleb, I have never gone into labor on my own. So it's, even though you can read on what to expect, you still don't know, wait, is this like the real deal, So I started having these like gas pains in my stomach when I was getting my Braxton contractions. And these gas pains were like shooting into my back and around the sides. And I thought, wow, this is really uncomfortable. Like it almost hurts. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, I would have gave it probably a 3 or 4. And I've had gas pains before, but this was a little more intense. But then I was able to sleep it off. So I was like, well, if I can sleep it off, maybe it's just that, gas pains. And I did. And I woke up this morning and didn't have it at all. I've had very mild Braxton contractions today, maybe a couple. So it hasn't been too bad, but I have noticed the contractions are coming on at night. Not so much during the day. So I have also been noticing some like stabbing, pinching, I don't really want to say pain, more of discomfort, kind of like up in the cervix area. It's almost kind of like whenever you're pregnant and your baby kicks or hits you right there in your freaking vagina. I'm gonna be blunt and honest. That's basically what it felt like, only this time it felt like someone was in there with tweezers like pinching me or was taking a knife and was just stabbing me. So yeah, that was pretty uncomfortable, and I noticed that a couple times yesterday. So I don't know if maybe that could be due to dilation, along with these very strong Braxton contractions I've been having. But I go back to the doctor on Wednesday, so I'm going to definitely be having her check me for dilation, just so that I can kind of be at peace. Like if I'm not dilating, then I'm okay. Yeah, I've got tons of things I still need to do. It's like I'm ready for her, but then again, it's like, oh, but wait, I still got to do this and do this and do this. So yeah, I got to make time during the day, one of these days of the week, to get all this done. I have not had an appetite still this week. I actually got on the scale. I cheated a little bit before I did a live weigh-in with you guys. Just because I knew in the back of my head, I was like, I don't really feel like I've put on any weight. If anything, I feel like I've lost it. Like I feel like I can see it in my face. So, I got on the scale, and last week whenever I did the live weigh-in, I was 158, but the week before that, I was 160. And whenever I got on the scale today, it said 155. But I'll go ahead and do another live weigh-in because that was before I had lunch. So since I've already had lunch, we'll check it again, which it may be a little bit more now. But yeah, I was 158 last week, and earlier today it said 155. So I don't know if that means Liliana just stopped gaining weight or if I'm just losing weight just because I've you know, not had an appetite, and I've been so busy just trying to prepare that, you know, my body's just kind of at a steadiness, I guess you could say. I've been tired all the time. I'm just ready to go to bed early now. At first, I was just able to sit up till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, but now I'm just starting to get to that tired point again. I've been having a lot of nosebleeds and gum bleeding going on. As soon as I wake up in the morning, my nose feels so stuffy. It's like I gotta blow my nose, but as soon as I do, it's like nothing but blood, and it's so crazy. So been dealing with a lot of nosebleeds, and every time I brush my teeth, I'm getting, you know, the gums bleeding. I can definitely tell my gums are a little sensitive because whenever I'm brushing, the bristles that rub up against my gums are a little sore. And I've even got one of the soft bristle toothbrushes too. So sciatica, that sciatica like nerve pain that you get, you know, towards the end of your pregnancy. Told you guys before, I don't really know if that's what it is because I have it even when I'm not pregnant. So I don't know if you can get that when you're not pregnant too. But whenever I was back in my early 20s trying to lay, you know, in a tanning bed, I could never lay flat on my back because it would hurt so bad to try to get back up out of the tanning bed. And now I'm still dealing with that, but when I'm pregnant, it's just a lot worse. And whenever I get up out of the bed at night to go pee, as soon as it's on the left side, so as soon as my left leg is got pressure on it and I go to take a step with that leg, as soon as that foot hits the floor, that pain just instantly hits. And I can barely move across the floor. Like, it is so uncomfortable, almost to the point where I would rather just hop on one leg because it hurts so bad to put pressure on that one leg because it just shoots pain up that left side of my back. I'm not peeing as much throughout the night. I'm waking up one time, whereas before I was waking up numerous times to go pee. So I'm not having to do that as much. I feel like things are just kind of calming down. Like I told you guys in my last video, I feel like this is the calm before the storm. Like, I just honestly feel like my body overall is just progressing in the laboring direction. It's not like with my last two boys where I just was pregnant and then all of a sudden had my C-section. You know, this is actually feeling like my body is progressing into labor. So that keeps me on the edge because I know I'm going in for a repeat C-section due to the fact that I've already had two. Because my worst fear is obviously uterine rupture, and even though that is a low risk, that is not a risk I want to take because that's putting my life in jeopardy as well as Liliana's, and I'm not going to take that risk. So that does keep me on edge. This week Liliana is about 6 pounds, little over 6 pounds, about 6 1/3 of a pound. She is about the size of a bunch of Swiss chard, which I don't know what that is. I looked at a picture of it. I actually posted a picture of it on my Facebook fan page. And to me, it just basically looks like a stalk of like basil leaves or celery or something like that. So yeah, I've never heard of the term Swiss chard, but that's basically what she's the size of this week. And she's about 19 inches long. I think she's long because my husband's 6'2", so. Her movements are still just the same as before whenever I've updated you guys. They're very strong. She's moving, you know, quite a bit throughout the day. I can tell her sleep and wake patterns for sure. So yeah, that is everything as far as my symptoms and Liliana goes this week. And I forgot to tell you guys too, when I was having those contractions that were coming every 3 to 4 minutes, my blood pressure also shot up. So my blood pressure was going up with those contractions, which we thought, you know, maybe I should get to the hospital. So. But luckily, they tapered off. And I haven't had high blood pressure since, so that's really good. Baby buys for this week. We had went to Babies R Us because I told you guys my baby shower video that I had got a couple gift cards from my grandma, and then I got one from my Aunt Lena. So we took both of those and we combined them, and I got Liliana's diaper bag. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little disappointed in the selection at Babies R Us for diaper bags because I felt like they were all either gender neutral or just solid black, or they had like these diaper bags that look like backpacks, and I was like, no, I was like, those are just not my style. So I ended up coming across this one, and I really, really liked it because I still use, you know, my purse to put Caleb's stuff in, and I thought if I can get something that's at least gender neutral and that's still cute, you know, I can put Caleb's stuff in here as well as Liliana's. So I got this diaper bag here, and it's really pretty. I forgot exactly what the design was called. It's J.J. Cole collection, and it's called Mode, but there is a name for the pattern. I can't remember, something tree. I can't remember, cocoa tree or something like that. But this bag was $59.99. I used a 15% off coupon, so I only paid like $54, $55, somewhere around there for it. And I really, really love this because it's got a lot of space in here, and it's not that big of a diaper bag. Like, it's not one of those big, long, bulky ones, you know. This one is very long, and it's the perfect size. So I'm going to be able to fit quite a bit in here, even, you know, using it for 2 kids. So, on the front of it, I have already put Liliana's, little initial. It's backwards though. I can't get it to stay forward for some reason. Right here. And I got this at my baby shower from our friends Crystal and Jennifer, and I thought that would be cute on her diaper bag. So it's got her initial there, and I've still got to take some tags off, but I wanted to show it to you guys before I did all that. In the front here, you have this pocket on the side where you could put, like, I guess a bottle or, you know, a box of travel size baby wipes or something. So you got this side. And then on the other side, you've got another one that's just the same. Why they didn't just make it one, I don't know. I guess they figure the more storage it looks like, then the better bag it is. So then on the back, I've got like a little magnetic clasp, and on the back is a little changing pad. I thought the changing pad was so cute because it's rounded at the ends and it matches. It's still got the plastic in there. I guess I can take that out. But it looks like this, and it's really, really big. So I really like that. And that came with it. And also, whenever you get done using it, it folds up really nicely. And then it's got this Velcro here so that it will go back in the bag really nicely. And I just put that back in there. And then on this side, it's got a nice pocket for, I guess if you wanted to, you could put a bottle, but I've also seen a lot of people use this part for the travel case baby wipes, just because it's easier to grab it. So that's probably what I will use that for. And then on this side, you actually have a pocket where you could put, I guess, a bottle or a cup or whatever. Also, on the front, behind the zippers, is another little pocket, so I can put stuff in there. I normally use spots like that for their like medical records and things, just so it's easier to get to. And then it does have a zip, so I can zip it, but here's the inside. So I've got this pocket here, this one over here, and then a netted pocket in the front of each of that. And then of course I got the middle here. Then on the other side, I've got the same thing. I've got a little pocket here and a little pocket over here. And then I've got a little hook here where if I want to strap these in there, these are actually grips that they're stroller attachments. So if you want to attach your bag to your stroller where it doesn't go anywhere, then you can do that. But yeah, it's just basic storage, and it's perfect for me. You know, I don't need a huge, humongous diaper bag. And J.J. Cole is a really nice brand for a lot of their stuff. So I was pretty pleased with it. And it also has, this is one thing I really like about it, is it's got this right here, which, you know how diaper bags can get heavy, and when you have just this part of it, it can kind of make your shoulder sore. So this has like a little padded shoulder strap, and it's really, really thick. And I really like it because this part of it here, this blacker part, feels like a suede. So that's really nice. So it kind of grips, like it's not going to slide. So yeah, I really like it. I can adjust the straps, which I probably need to do. I'm so short, so I know I'm probably going to have to adjust my straps. And then if I want to, there's like little buckles here. So if I wanted to, I can buckle these two together like this, where they stay together really nicely. So yeah, that's everything about the diaper bag. And I love it. I love the colors. It's like green and brown and white. And I don't think it's too boyish that you can't use it for a girl. I think it's adorable. So that is her diaper bag. And then my husband, we were so badly, of course, we've got the entire collection for her bedding and decor. It's the Happy Tree by Dina. Happy by Dina for Kids line, something like that. From Babies R Us, it's the Happy Tree collection. We were wanting to get her the lamp, and we couldn't because they didn't have it available when we were picking up her bedding, because it was going to be one of the coordinating pieces we got to go with it. But when I went yesterday, or day before yesterday on Wednesday, to pick up her diaper bag, my husband went straight over to that section where they have the lamps and stuff and said, "Hey, look what I found." So he had it in the car and ended up getting it for his little girl. He's been spoiling her like crazy. But it's really cute. I don't know if you guys can see. There we go. It's got the owls sitting on their little tree up in there. And it also came with a light bulb, so that's really nice. And I think it's one of the energy efficient ones too. It looks like it is. But got to get a little table to put beside her changing station here so that I can sit her lamp on it and her wipe warmer, because I've got some stuff that I'm actually going to be putting underneath her changing station, which is probably going to be like her diapers and ointment and all that good stuff, just easy to reach and grab. So I'm wanting to put her, which I can't put her wipe warmer under there because I don't have a spot for the cord to run behind the dresser in order for me to plug it in so it'll keep the wipes warm. So that's why I need to get a little table. Plus I need something to put her pretty little lamp on. I love it. The curtains that are hanging up on her wall are actually this color, or pattern too. And also her bumper, I don't know if you can see behind me, right there, is that same design too, but on the flip side of it, it's got the owls. So pretty, and it's hand painted by an individual, like each individual hand paints these lamps, which I thought was pretty awesome. So yeah, and this is like the whole collection on the back. I don't know if you guys can see, the lighting is so terrible, but yeah, that's it. So, and then here's a better picture of the lamp. I love it. It's just so cute. And this was $49.99. So, can't wait to get that set up. Can't wait to get everything else set up in her room so I can do the nursery tour for you guys. But after this video, I am going to do a what's in my diaper bag, because I really strongly feel like I have that urge to pack her bag and to get my stuff packed, because I feel like something's going to happen before my C-section day. I don't know why. I could be wrong. But it just seems like with these contractions and my blood pressure and the swelling and everything, I just feel like my body is kind of progressing in that direction. So that is everything. I'm going to go ahead and do a belly shot for you guys, and then we'll go do a live weigh-in. Okay, so like I said, I'm in my PJs, so ignore the look. Here's the front. I feel like she's so low. Like I feel so much pressure down there. Here's this side. And I still don't have the line, still don't have any stretch marks, and one other good thing is I haven't been having any headaches. So that's really cool. So let's go do the live weigh-in, and I will talk to you all next week for week 38. But before that one, you guys will be able to see a what's in my diaper bag video. Okay, so last week I was 158. Earlier today it said 155 before lunch. 157. So I'm still down a pound from last week, according to this live weigh-in.